कुमार स्वामी नायक गोंगो लिबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Good evening, Fiji. In this bulletin, woman dies in bus accident. Muggers attack in broad daylight. And Fiji Day celebrations COVID-19 safe.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
A woman died in hospital last night after being hurt in a bus accident in Nanduri, Madhuwata. Eyewitness Bruce Travers claims the driver was struggling to get the bus moving when it started rolling back and down a hillside. Josai Nunga has more.
This is the spot along the Alaba Road in Madhuwata where the fatal accident occurred. Bruce Travers says he heard screaming, followed by a loud crash.
We rushed out and saw a few passengers were jumping off the bus, including the driver, and two women were screaming for help from inside. We could only see groceries were scattered, blood was seen in most places, and these two women had serious head injuries.
Passing vehicles quickly came to the rescue and transported the victim and other passengers to the hospital.
We did not wait for the arrival of relevant authorities to rescue the two ladies. Few vehicles stopped at the spot and helped transport the injured passengers and the victim to the Lambasa hospital.
There were 35 passengers on the bus. The victim, who is in her 40s from Naibindamu Sanganga, had sustained serious injuries and was admitted at the Lambasa Hospital's intensive care unit, where she passed away. The 40-year-old bus driver was treated with the remaining passengers and sent home as the investigation continues. Josai Nunga, FBC News.
A rather disturbing footage of the mugging of a university student has surfaced on social media and is raising safety concerns. The incident took place on Kia Street in Raiwai on Monday as the victim was walking home. She was attacked by two men who can be seen running up to her, manhandling her and grabbing her bag before running off. FBC News has been told the matter has been reported to police and residents are requesting more police patrols. Well-known Radio Fiji 1 and Ntumoi Viti radio personality Nai Kamanalangi's work in the media industry over the last 32 years has been recognized. Kamanalangi was lost for words after receiving the 50th anniversary commemorative medal from the President this morning. Sania Nimboila reports.
Having President Chochi Kunrote pin the medal is the crowning moment in Nai Kamanalangi's 30-year career.
To be part of the 34 of my colleagues receiving the medal today. It was a great moment, and to me, to be recognized.
Former Member of Parliament Syed Abdul Qayyum today received his third medal for service to Fiji.
5th anniversary medal was given to me back in 1996 when I was a Member of Parliament, and this 50th medal, and I'm very pleased about it. I'm pleased for the fact that the government of the day recognized people for the work they have done.
Also among the 34 recipients was Sir James Arcoy, a former minister and businessman.
It's a great honor to be honored like this on Fiji Day. It's a rarity, in fact. But I'm blessed. At 84, I'm being honored to come to Valley Levu to see my friend, the President.
Retired teacher Urmila Devi Arya has been recognized for helping in the development of the education sector.
I just feel very humbled to be acknowledged of my contribution to the country, and it's great of the country to recognize and the President and the group to recognize our contributions.
Other awardees include Lorraine Sito, Michael Navola and Greg Strong. Another set of Fijians will be awarded tomorrow. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Assuring people that Fiji Day celebrations on Saturday will be COVID-19 safe, the Health Ministry is also prioritising the public health aspect. With lives lost in past celebrations, Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete is calling on Fijians to celebrate safely. Kelly Vathala reports the ministry's focus is not only on the adherence to COVID-19 guidelines, but responsible merrymaking as well.
Teams from the Health Ministry have been working around the clock ensuring Saturday celebrations turn out well.
I can assure us and assure the public at large that all the Fiji government celebrations that will happen they've had significant input from the Ministry of Health on the technical aspects in regards to COVID-19, and they have our blessings.
Dr. Wanganambete says our 50th independence also means looking out for each other.
We have to also make sure from a public health perspective that we're maintaining safety on the roads, that we're also maintaining safety for those who decide to drink and celebrate with friends, that they do it safely, they don't fall off the balcony. If you're with friends and you think that a friend has drank too much and is about to hop in the car and drive home, please tap him on the shoulder, take the key away from him.
Businesses in Suva have begun painting their shops blue in preparation for Saturday, and adherence to COVID-19 guidelines is part and parcel of it.
Government has done quite good on this COVID-19, and people are quite educated with that. COVID-19, 2-meter distancing and sanitizing.
And this is the advice for everybody. People should follow the guidelines of government.
The Health Ministry says spotters will continue their role throughout this week, ensuring the 50% capacity is followed within enclosed spaces and celebrations are COVID-19 safe. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The Suva High Court today heard the Assembly of God Church had initially received a report of malpractice involving suspended Pastor Waisake Tulavu and some of his followers. A fourth prosecution witness highlighted this in court as Tulavu faces 3 charges of rape of church members aged 22, 29 and 32, dating back to Nasinu in 2018. Apanisa Wangarandovo reports.
The fourth witness is a senior church reverend who told the court the report of malpractice came out of Wainimala even before the 2018 allegations against Tulavu. The witness says Tulavu was confronted when the allegation of rape surfaced and his preaching license was suspended. The senior church pastor also told the court there are clear rules that male pastors are not to be alone with any female members of their church congregation at any time. The previous witness testified she had gone to Tulavu's place for healing, but instead was touched inappropriately and was also threatened. She said the accused told her she would die if she revealed the incident. She says the accused took her into a room, switched off the light and started asking her personal questions about her relationship with her boyfriend before he took advantage of her. Tulavu then testified, saying he strictly followed guidelines outlined in the Bible when performing deliverance prayers. When asked if he had touched his followers in any inappropriate way when performing deliverance, Tulavu says he only touched them on the head, leg, and other areas where required, but he refused to cite what other areas he was referring to. The case continues in the Suva High Court tomorrow. Apinisol Dovu, FBC News.
Up ahead, Suva Environment Champions step up and remembering a family legacy.
मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
The Consumer Council is calling on Fijians to be vigilant because they've noticed traders trying to get rid of old stock during sales. Council Chief Executive Seema Shandel says in the past, traders have tried to clear out damaged products, which is unethical. Kritika Kumar reports.
Consumers are being warned not to assume that all purchases will benefit them.
This is not for the first time Suva is going on sale. They recently, they were every year it used to go on sale. And what we noticed was that, sometimes the traders were just trying to get rid of the old stock, damaged stock. So here once again I would like to urge the customers or the consumers, they have a responsibility. Please, before you purchase any item, make sure you check the quality.
The Suva Retailers Association says The businesses are trying to pass on the benefits of tax reductions to the consumers during the Suva on sale.
Some stocks will be taken out, and if you get a bargain, why don't you buy it? Like I'm talking about non-expiry items like clothing, electronics. If they have a deal on that, there's nothing wrong with that. And the new stocks are coming through, so hopefully we have the new rates of duty reductions been passed on. With not many stock. Whoever's bringing the new stock, we're passing on the sale savings to the consumer.
Traders have also been told to uphold the law and not exploit consumers.
So we are, appealing to our retailers and to the consumers to keep their eyes open. The retailers will come on board. We can be confident of.
Seema Shandil says in these times of uncertainty, the council will not condone traders who undertake illegal dealings. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Volunteer groups gathered at the Suva City Carnegie Library last night to mark a chapter in their movement towards promoting a clean environment. Vinina Rakautonga reports these newly formed groups, as part of Fiji 50 celebrations, have pledged to keep the city clean and friendly.
More than 5 volunteer groups with a common motive of keeping Suva clean will now consolidate their resources.
The whole idea was to try and coordinate all voluntary activities, since they have been coming in at their own way and at their own pace. Okay? So we had thought of consolidating the effort and bringing them together.
Rifle Range Community Group member Chesoni Taoi says their committee is doing more than just helping keep the environment clean.
Well, this main initiative was just to bring the youth together with other programs coming into place, such as picking up elder relatives or residents around the area and taking them for a walk in the morning, then dropping them back off in the afternoon.
Library members, volunteers, Suva City Council and members of the public were present at last night's Fiji Day celebration.
They had come up with this idea of lighting up the Suva Library, since it's one of the Suva's part of the landmark, and also it's a sort of a heritage, one of the amenities in that sector. And that's why they thought of just coming up with this idea, just to commemorate in line with all the preparation leading to the Fiji 50th anniversary celebration.
Also part of the celebration were the tertiary scholarship loans, JICA alumni, Diva for Equality and Ministry of Itoke Affairs. Venina Rakotonga, FBC News.
Fiji has been appointed Vice Chair of the World Health Organization Regional Committee meeting. Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Chemesa Tundravu says this reflects the work Fiji has done in providing vigilant health services as the COVID-19 pandemic grips the world. Dr. Tundravu says Fiji is committed to ensuring that all health needs are met and has urged the Western Pacific region to share information on successful strategies across the region. He says that COVID-19 is new and requires substantial resourcing, but normal functions of health ministries such as vaccination programs must continue. Dr. Tundravu has also called for the WHO and its partners continuous support for Fiji towards NCDs, climate change, health, and safe and affordable surgery. A commemorative medal and letter from the Queen of England on 10th October 1970 are the legacies of A.D. Sutaria and Company, one of the oldest businesses in Suva. The late owner, Amrat Lal Sutaria, was recognized for his contribution to Fiji. Kelly Vadala reports his son Harish Sutaria, who has taken the reins of the family business, has fond memories of their historic achievement.
A medal awarded by the Queen, letters and photographs of 1970s Independence Day are some of the few things that drove Harish Sutaria to expand the business.
In 1938, my father came to Fiji. In 1935, we established our company, A.D. Sutaria and Company. During the World War, we were there, and there was some restriction in business, because there were no goods coming at that time. So the government put restriction of wholesale 15% and retail 25%. But we gave all the people one penny less.
Sutaria says his late father was emotional at receiving a medal after years of silently working hard and building a successful business from humble beginnings.
He was very happy and very, because we were business and all that, so he was very happy at that time too.
20 years old at the time, Harish Sutaria remembers giving the then Prime Minister Ratu Kamisese Mara the letter received from the Queen.
I took this letter in 1970 to the Prime Minister of Fiji, Sir Ratu Mara, and he gave me a portrait picture. And we were so beautiful. I kept that picture still today in my sitting room.
He says celebrations in Suva were spectacular with all kinds of entertainment organized.
We saw the parachute. In the people, it was there, and people jumped from there, about I think 2 or 3%, and landed at the Albert Park. Second thing, behind Sukuna Park was built, and opposite on Saturday night there was a firework. That was the biggest firework in Fiji. Queen Elizabeth yacht, Britannia, was also in port.
In the lead up to Saturday, Sutaria has gone all out in painting his building blue, not only celebrating our 50th independence anniversary, but also the family legacy. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And Apanisa joins us now with the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up, unethical practices worry real estate agents. And in growing Fiji, village receives a new water supply system. Stay with us.
Pula natang ko aprosa ng karse, ko erkraki. Do televizyon na parang na Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibit.
Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibit.
There has been an increase in unethical practices by licensed real estate agents not conforming to the professional code of conduct. This was revealed by the Bayshore Real Estate Director Arif Khan, who says these acts lead to the loss of tax dollars as well. Kritika Kumar reports.
Khan believes they need to increase the credibility of the real estate sector because there's been a loss of investor confidence due to the unethical practices.
This is a big discouragement for potential investors to come to Fiji and to know that they could potentially get ripped off by unlicensed agents as well as unethical agents. So we need to really come quite hard upon them.
The Bayshore Real Estate Director believes consumers lose a lot in terms of deposits and don't get the professional services expected from the industry.
So these are the problems we need to really eradicate and position Fiji as a place to invest. These are the problems we need to deal with right now to create tremendous opportunity and confidence for your overseas investors.
The Real Estate Agents Licensing Board says bogus agents are another issue and they are monitoring the market to ensure Fijians are not duped.
We are keeping track of that through our compliance team in the real estate office. There has been, yes, few people are taking advantage of those clients who are not aware that it's only the registered agents who could be involved in selling and buying properties.
The RealB has also been forwarding cases of bogus agents to the Criminal Investigations Department for further action. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Sinifa from HFC Bank give us the latest from the money market.
Bank left rates at 0.25%, unchanged since the initial rate cut in March. Both monetary and fiscal policy makers have been clear that their focus is on Australia's recovery through job creation. The Aussie dollar steadied after tumbling by more than 1% yesterday. Meanwhile, the US dollar held on to gains against most currencies after President Donald Trump's abrupt cancelling of talks on economic stimulus with the Democrats' increased risk evasion. Trump's surprise decision to call off stimulus talks until after the November 3rd presidential election increases downside risk for an already shaky US economy. Elsewhere, the British pound drifted lower following commentary from the European Union affirming it will not make Brexit concessions ahead of next week's European Union summit. That's all from HFC Bank, Vinaka.
Here are today's local exchange rates as set early this morning. The Fiji dollar fell against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the PNG kina and the yen today, but rose against the euro and the currencies of Australia and New Zealand, our two major trading partners. On the commodities market, the price of oil rose slightly to just under $40 a barrel. Gold dropped to $1,887 per ounce, and silver closed down at $23.58 per ounce. Watu Karasa village has an upgraded water supply system thanks to the assistance from the Japanese government. Just over $100,000 was provided to Habitat for Humanity Fiji for the upgrade. The existing water system was built around 35 years ago and could not keep up with the rising demand caused by the increase of households and population. The project has provided pipelines, 20 standpipes, and 4 10,000 liters water tanks for 470 people from 110 households. That's all from Business Tonight. Jamie joins you now with the latest from sports.
Nakapanisa and good evening. Ahead in sports, first win for Men in Black at IDC. An arm wrestling competition drawing interest. This and more coming up.
Bulletin FM number 2 and seri.
Bulletin FM number 2 and seri.
For our electrical Mba has come back in style at the court's IDC, outclassing Kumar's Imports Navua 2-0. The Men in Black, after managing only 1 point yesterday, came out firing to make sure they earn maximum points. Karolaini Tavi has more.
Mba's goal-scoring sensation Daryl Kakasi continued his fine form, giving the Men in Black a 1-0 lead in the 23rd minute. This was Kakasi's third goal of the tournament as he scored 2 against Nandi yesterday. The Ronald Kumar coach side increased its lead to 2-0 minutes before the breather through Savanathanaka level.
We can work in our finishing at the moment. Like we need more of goals, so we had a lot of opportunities in front, so we missed. But unfortunately, it is in football, so we scored 2, but I'm still happy with the scoreline at the moment. So what we planned for, we came here for the 3 points, so we achieve our goal, what we came for.
For Kakasi, a dream of overcoming challenges to win his first IDC is slowly becoming reality.
We come across some challenges like due to the weather, back in bar, sometimes we train in bad weather, rain and all this, but we just overcome it. We play the game.
Navua tried hard to get back into the game but could not break Mba's solid defense.
Unfortunately, we lost today due to injury for our best first choice goalkeeper. Nevertheless, the boys stood tall in the second half where the Bar could not score any game. And always better team wins.
Bar leads Group B with 4 points after 2 matches, followed by Navua with 3 points from 1 win and a loss. Bar's next match is against Lambasa tomorrow at 7 p.m. Karolaini Tavi, FBC Sports.
Just like Mba, neighbours Fresh Choice Lautoka recorded its first win this afternoon, beating ABA Realtors Nasinu 2-1. Muni Shivan Naidu scored a double for Lautoka, which was enough for the win. Justnet Vikash pulled one back for the Giant Killers in the second half with a spot kick after Marlon Tahio was fouled inside the penalty box. The Blues had to finish the game with 10 men after Ndabe Randringai was shown a red card, but had no problems holding on for the win.
I think this was planned. Planned meaning we didn't want to lose the first game. Unfortunately, they scored at the last minute, so we had a draw. But that was the plan, and we should not lose the first game and then win the second game. So we have done it.
Three teams have confirmed their place in the senior division semi-finals of the IDC. Nandronga, Mbua and Tailevu Naita Siri have all qualified. Mbua was the first to qualify today after beating fellow Northerners Nandongo 6-2 at the Uprising Sports Centre. Karleni Tavi has more.
24-year-old Mohammed Zahid was the hero for Mbua today after scoring 4 goals against Nandongo.
It's great for us because we came from a very mobile area, so trying to because not many people know what Bua is, so we want to raise the name of Bua so that whole of Fiji knows it.
Overwhelmed Bua head coach Ronil Ram says the win is a historical one for them.
A dream come true for Team Bua. First time in the history for us to qualify as the first team to the semi-finals. And for that, my hearty thanks to all our well-wishers, all our supporters.
I want to come prepared against Nandonga because I think in November we're playing playoffs with the Nandonga and we're hoping to qualify for senior division, premier divisions rather. Our coaches and presidents, everyone is working hard for that playoffs.
Bua will face Nandonga tomorrow while Nandongo takes on Tavua. Karlini Tavi, FBC Sports.
All the Northland and Nanukuloa teams will feature in the semi-finals of the Vodafone Vanua Championship next week. Both teams have their men, women and under-19 teams confirmed for the semis after their respective quarter-final wins last week. In a circular sent to the Vanua semi-finalists, the Fiji Rugby Union confirmed Ratu Thakambau Park Nausori and Prince Charles Park Nandi as the venues. Northland women will play Madhuwata. The under-19 takes on Ovalau, while the men meet Mba in the semi-finals at Ratu Thakambau Park next Friday. On Saturday next week, the Nanukuloa women have been confirmed to face Serua, while its under-19 battles Mba and the senior side plays Rewa at Prince Charles Park. 24 people will compete in Fiji's very own Vanua Friendly Arm Wrestling Championship on Friday, based on the theme Stronger Together. The championship will feature some of the best arm wrestlers from around the country, vying for the right to be called Fiji's first arm wrestling champion. Karlaini Tavi has more.
The championship has been a timely one for those who seek to earn some quick cash while enjoying the sport at the same time.
But we've got around 24 finalists in total who will be coming from all parts of Fiji because it's the national finals. And I'm glad that they come from all and different walks of life. So someone is a farmer, someone is a vegetable vendor, someone drives a taxi. And this is a time when they're all struggling, to make the ends meet. So this is a great opportunity for them to come out, celebrate Fiji's 50th Independence Day, and foster the theme of Stronger Together.
Former Suva football rep Ilimelek in Delasau is one of the finalists in the competition. For Delasau, the aim is to become Fiji's arm wrestling champion.
It was just a leisure time participation for me to participate in sports. And firstly, when the sport came over, it is the first time to be implemented in Fiji. So yes, wanted to put the name on the record books as the first, to be the first champion in this competition for the first year.
The Vanua Friendly Arm Wrestling Finals will kick off on Friday at 3 p.m. in Suva's Vodafone Arena. Karleni Tavi, FBC Sports.
Pacific Energy Fiji Limited has ventured into one of Fiji's biggest car shows, the Show and Shine Nationals. The car show scheduled for November 7th in Amaka Nandi is expected to feature more than 100 participants. Pacific Energy National Retail Manager Avinash Sharma says they hope to continue this partnership with the Fiji Motorsport Association.
Every year we need to come up with something new. So this Show and Shine National is basically one of the ventures that we have taken into consideration with partnership of FMA. And Pacific Energy, like I said, has been a forefront of any charity walks, any NGO sponsorship and things like that. And we've done a lot this year, considering the new norm.
Minor premiers Penrith will have to power through to the NRL Grand Final without strike back rower William Kikau after the Panthers forward was found guilty of a dangerous throw at the NRL judiciary. That's it from Sports Tonight in New Media. Google's latest smart audio system is out. Details on that after the break.
Bulletin. FM number 2 NSR.
Bulletin FM number 2 NSR.
And Angie joins us now with the latest in weather.
Good evening and welcome to the Weather World. Wow, what a day, and it's only Wednesday. Some areas are seeing lovely conditions. The weather is definitely, well, improving. It's good for games and all happening now. Now let's see how awesome the weather was in different divisions. In the west, rain was very present. It wasn't widespread like yesterday, but still, it was present. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, sunshine was beautiful. It was around 32 degrees before rain took over. And up north, more mixed weather situation was experienced here. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate seas. Turning to the tides, low tide at 3:47 a.m. with high tide at 9:58 a.m. Sunrise will be at 5:42. For tomorrow, conditions look fine and clear. The weekend looks promising from here. Tomorrow's temps, Lambasa is quite warm up there at 32 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, humidity doesn't look that bad. More clearer conditions ahead. Well, that's all the weather news from my side. Jackie joins you next.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji Impulse, we asked, which teams do you think will make the IDC semi-finals?
It will be Lautoka, Nandi, Ba, and Rewa.
Lambasa, Rewa, Nasinu, Suba.
Nabua, Ba, Lambasa, and Rewa.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, woman dies in bus accident, muggers attack in broad daylight, and Fiji Day celebrations, COVID-19 safe. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question we're asking, will Suv on sale help businesses affected by COVID-19? Visit our FBC website to answer. And on to our shot of the day, and this comes from Rukua on the island of Benga. Send us newsworthy pictures to email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News and our Twitter page at FBC_news. That's your news for tonight. Until tomorrow from the team and I, stay safe. Bye for now.
Baik tu dia jadi beratahu. रेडियो फिजी बहुत रेडियो फिजी रोज सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।